Causative verbs. There are three causative verbs. Okay? We use make, we use have, and we use get. Okay? Here are the verb. Causative verbs, as its name says, is to cause someone to do something for you. Or when you arrange somebody to do something for you, right? That's causative verb. For example, sometimes we say like, I fixed the car, right? My car got broken, broke down. And then I say, I fixed my car, but you're not a mechanic, so you really didn't fix your car. So when we talk about things or objects, we normally use two verbs. We use have and we use get. Make is used with people, okay? For example, I make my employees to work overtime, okay? I make my employees work overtime. But I just want to work about things. Like, for example, when you want somebody to paint your house, or when you want somebody to fix your car, when you have a problem with with the pipes in your house, so then you use have or you use get. They have the same meaning. For example, we normally say, oh, you know what? I fix my car. If you are a mechanic, if you're a mechanic, it's okay, yeah, you can fix your car. Or many people, you don't need to be a mechanic, but at least to have the knowledge to do it, right? But if you paid somebody to fix the car, how do you say that?
I had my car fixed.
So then you say, I have my car fixed, okay? So had here is in past because talking about in past tense, but then we use the past participle, okay? Past participle. I have my car fixed. You can say, I got my car fixed. What does it mean? That, of course, I didn't do it, but I pay or I ask somebody to do it for me. That's what they say, causative. Call somebody, ask somebody to do it for you, or pay, because nobody have. So this happens with plumbers, with painters, with handymen, with electricians, right? So you can also use with any others, in other people. You can use she had her house painted. Of course, if she painted herself, then you say she painted her house, right? Because she did it, she didn't have enough money or didn't have money to pay, so she did it herself, right? So when you're doing yourself, this is normally a common mistake. We say, oh, you know what? I painted my house. Oh, really? It's a huge house, it's a mansion or something like that. You say, really? You painted your house? They will understand that you did it yourself. But that's not the idea you want to spread. You want to say that I have or she had her house painted. Okay? What does it mean? She paid somebody to do it for her. Okay? And then we have get or have, no problem, in past tense. You can also use it in present because somebody's like, hey, what are those guys doing? That you come to my house and you see those guys. Well, they are painting the house. Of course, they are. Sometimes you cannot see, right? I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
They are painting my house. Or you can say they are what? Of me. In this case, you can say I am having my house what?
Painted.
Painted. In this moment, I have my house painted, yes? It happens in many situations. You can say, for example, we don't cut our hair. Well, you can cut your own hair, especially if you're a man, you just use a razor. But ladies, normally, women don't cut their own hair. They just pay somebody to do it for them. So they have their hair cut, right? What happened when you go to a dentist? You had a tooth pulled, yeah? Or you had your teeth fixed, right? You don't fix your teeth yourself. It's important. You cannot do it yourself. Okay? So you can use it in present, you can use it in past, you can use it in future. Okay? So when we talk about things like car, like situation, we always use have and get. We don't use make, yeah? Well, nowadays you can make a computer do some things for you with all the technology we have. But that's not the situation, right? Any question, guys? Any question? You can say I here, okay. I had, or I got my nails. You can say polished. You can say I got my nails done. We always use the past participle to spread it, okay? Ladies love that. Manicure, pedicure, they go to have their nails done. They can do it themselves. You can say they polish their own nails. But normally when you paste, you have to express the other idea, okay? It's not a mistake, it's not clear what you want to say. So you only know what you want to express, okay? Basically, that is causative verbs, okay? When I said at the beginning, for example, when we talk about, so this is about like this. We have the subject, the subject. We have to use the verb, have, or get. Then we have to use the object, or the thing, or the situation. And then you use the past participle. That's the structure. But it's so important about this one. Yeah? This is a passive sentence. We're talking about things. Where you have to use the passive voice. But now, if we talk about people, for example, I made my daughter clean her room. This is a little bit different. When talking about people, okay, person, and that way we don't use the preposition to here. What does it mean? I made my daughter clean her room. It means she had no choice, but she had to do it. Today we're going to work with this part, but I just want to give you a little review about this, okay? Just how to use this one. I made my daughter clean her room. She had no choice. I said, just go, or something might happen to you. You could be grounded or something if you don't do it. If I say I have time out. If I have my daughter, clean her room, have here has a different meaning from made. Have means just ask. I have my daughter clean the room means I ask my daughter to clean the room. Say, honey, please, I want you to clean the room. It's dirty, it's a big mess. Go ahead. But this is this is force. It's mandatory. This is like force, like an obligation. Go and clean your room, right?
Like must.
But there, like a must. But here it's just, honey, go and clean your room. It depends on the situation. Depends on the people who are involved in the conversation, right? You can make some people do things for you. But there are situations that you cannot make them. You have to ask them, I cannot make you work overtime. I have to ask you if you can work for me overtime. Because you only work 8 hours. But if I need you, I need to ask you to stay over. So then say, Mauricio, could you stay another 2 hours? And then you say, yeah, why not? Of course I will pay you. So I have Mauricio work extra hours. No, I make Mauricio. Mauricio, you have to stay 2 hours today. But boss, I need to live. Or stay, or that's it. That is, I make Mauricio work overtime. But if I say, I have Mauricio work overtime, it means I only ask. Doesn't mean like this force, okay? It's not mandatory. It's ask. But if I say, I got my daughter to clean her room, I got my daughter to clean her room. With God, we have to put the preposition to. Only when we talk about people, okay? I got my daughter to clean her room, it's like convincing. That's a different meaning. It's like, honey, if you clean your room, I will take you to the park. So you have to offer, you have to get something else. Otherwise, she's not gonna do it. Yeah, it's like convincing, please. Of course, I don't need to convince my daughter, but sometimes you have some kids that you have to convince them because they are really, difficult. They spoil. They are like, mischievous, and then it's a problem. I got my daughter to clean her room. I got Adriana to what? Bring me something to eat tomorrow. What does it mean? I didn't obligate her. I just say, a day off. If you bring me something. I mean, I have to offer something.
Take it.
Just to do that. That's the different meaning.
Take it.
May means obligation.
Yeah.
Have means
Take it.
ask. Just ask, which is common. And get means convince. This is convince. Okay? Convince. But if we're talking about
But this one we just use for when you talk to the third person, right?
to a
A third person.
daily person,
Third.
third person.
Yeah.
What do you mean the third person?
Like I got my daughter to clean her room.
Not two,
It's-
just I got my daughter to clean her room.
No,
Yes.
but they can tell you.
No,
I'm gonna have
example.
you do it.
When I'm talking about my daughter to someone like a third person, because we can't say this like
Oh,
for your daughter,
you're talking to the second person. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
but
Right.
you can't say for your daughter.
No, you cannot because
Yeah.
I'm telling the second. Yeah.
You always we just.
But
use
no,
for
I'm talking
third-
about third person with the second person, of course.
No, no, yeah.
Yeah. But you can say, for example, my wife. Everything is depends on the person. You can say, my wife made me go shopping with her. What does it mean? My wife made me go shopping with her.
Okay.
You mean? Let's go.
But can
And
I?
head. An example.
My wife had me go shopping with her. Not to go shopping with her. She asked me to go shopping. English is crazy, guys. If they say ask me to go, would be easier to understand. But sometimes they say, you know what? My wife had me go shopping with her. And you had me go shopping. I understand my wife and then go shopping, but had me go shopping is not very clear for me, that idea. What they're trying to say is that my wife asked me to go shopping with her.
But also,
English is like that. They use different words, yeah?
if it's a request, so then can I ask you?
Do
Can
you?
I have you? I don't know.
Any
Do
question?
this for me, right or not?
Yeah. For example, do you make, you can say like, for example, the question, do you make your husband wash the dishes?
No. If I wanna ask you directly, can I say I'm gonna have you do this, or it's like a nice in a nice way?
Can I have you?
No.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have you,
wash
it's like
the
a
dishes?
direct, it's
Wash
no,
the dishes?
no, that's not sound, yeah?
Can I have you wash the dishes?
Do you
No.
make, can I have
Can
you?
I have you wash?
It's like a request. If
Can
you're
I have
asking,
you
no?
wash the dishes? Can I have you? Can I ask you to wash
Is
the
that one?
That's what
Yeah,
you're trying to
that's
say.
what I'm asking.
Can I ask you
No.
normally? Yeah, that's not normally used now. Making. Do you make your husband wash the dishes? That means, do you, for example, Solange? Yes.
No.
I'm just kidding, Solange.
No. We didn't wash the dishes.
Not even, okay. So do
Remember
you,
me?
do you have, in this case it's a present, so you say, do you have your husband wash the dishes? Do you ask? And then you say, do you get your husband to wash the dishes?
He has a good life, teacher. That's why he was trying what I want.
You got it, guys? Look, do you make your husband wash the dishes? Do you have your husband wash the dishes? Or do you get your husband to wash the dishes? So they're similar, they're causative verb because you're talking about a second person. But once again, this is, we can use it in a conversation, of course, but this is very common here, the other one that I first explained. Here they mean differently. Here they mean the same. And we don't use to, we use the past participle. Yes? I need a person to have the photographs. I need a person to have the photographs taken, you know?